We're out here at Three Forks at the Lost Sand Creek site out at Bowen Meadow Ranch, and we're just kind of getting the Three Forks signs back up, repainted, and getting them back up on the pole. And we're going to show our progress here. So just, watch this video and see our new repainted Three Forks signs. The Three Forks site, this is where we're marking Three Forks. This is the place where three trails split off, and this was documented by Lieutenant Bonsall in 1868, 4 years after Sand Creek, and he came out from Fort Lyon to measure the distance of Black Kettle's village, and he used this as a marking point. He measured down 6 miles. He measured 6 miles from Three Forks to his camp number 2, and that is very important information because we can use that location of Three Forks because we can actually see where this is on modern satellite imagery maps. We can see where Three Forks is located, and in fact, when Dad was doing his Sand Creek research and initial discovery of the real Sand Creek location, he had looked at some 1936 aerial agricultural maps, and when he looked at those, he had noticed this place where three trails splits off. And later, doing Sand Creek research, and he finds that he learns about Three Forks, and he knew precisely where Three Forks was because of those aerial agricultural maps he had looked at before. And so that's very important because if you can measure down and use this as a marking point, you go down 6 miles from here at Three Forks, and that just up from that point at 6 miles, you go up just a little bit and you measure about 2.5 miles or more, and that's the distance of the village. And there's a map will probably show up on here too. It'll show that and explain that a little bit. Is that in that just short distance, just a little ways up from his camp number 2, Bonsall then marks the location of the village. And 4 years after Sand Creek, there would have been burnt teepee remains, and there would have been things visible that he could measure and look at and see and discern that this was indeed the village site. And so what he said was 6 miles down to his camp number 2, and just up from there, starting, and going for at least 2 miles or more was the location of the village. And that lines up with where Dad found artifacts at what we call the Lost Sand Creek site. And that lines up 6 miles from Three Forks, and just you go down there, we can get an idea where his camp number 2 was, and then you can go a little ways up from there, and that's precisely where village artifacts were found. And so this is a very important marking point for finding the real location of Black Kettle's village